room spray samples. These are a little bit more tricky, but they're still easy to make and you can still get a lot of samples out. And these are really good to give. I prefer to give these samples out more over than wax, because if someone doesn't have a warmer, the wax, what are they going to do with it? Anyone can use the room spray. So it's getting the scent to a person who, you may not know if they have a warmer or not. So these are 5 milliliter bottles with the tops. So they go on like this. So these are the 5 milliliter. You can get the 2 milliliter if you want. You get a lot more and it's a lot cheaper. I just prefer to use these because it's easier to handle. So here's the tricky part. How do you get the spray from here to here? You're going to need one of these. You can get these on Amazon, and I think these are even clearanced out in the Scentsy in the consultant store. If you look for closeouts, I think these are closed. They're in there. You're going to need one of these. So just go to the hardware store, ask for a pipe cutter. Now you can get these little mini pipe cutters. Those I have not had much luck with, but if you can use them, great. This is the kind that I suggest. If you want, you can take a screenshot. What I do is I take and I put it around and I tighten it up. Can you see how I have it? One blade, it's underneath this metal thing right there. And I don't tighten it, I don't like crank on it, I just tighten it up so I feel a little bit of resistance, and I do a couple turns. Okay? Then I go and I tighten it up a little bit more. If you tighten it up all right away, you're gonna bend this metal and it's gonna be really, really hard. Ask Kelly. She knows how hard it is when you go to bend that and you can't get it undone. So then you just kind of twist, tighten, twist, tighten, and just keep tightening it up just a quarter of a turn, and look, it pops right off. Okay, so that's out of the way, that's done. So now you take your little squeezer and you go in. I usually do a 1 hole dropper, and then you fill it up. That's about as much as I put in there. If you are giving this to some really, really good VIP customers, maybe you want to do more, or if you wanted to do half of like 2.5. I mean, that all depends on how much you want to put in there. And then you put the top on. I take a rubber mallet, but be very careful of your surface so you don't mark up your surface. And I just kind of tap it on to make sure that it's securely on. And then you can go ahead and then put your label on the outside and you've got your room spray. So it is still, I mean, you need some equipment to get the top off of the room spray, but they're still really easy to make, and you can make about 50 or 60 of these things. And there you go. There's your sample.